Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today my topic of presentation is smoke. Waman yatawakkal alallahi fahuwa hasbuhu, and whoever puts all his trust in Allah, he will be enough for him. Learning objectives of today's presentation is introduction of smoke, types of smoke, thermal inversion and smoke, effects of smoke, detection of smoke, air quality index, smoke in Pakistan, solution to smoke pollution, to control smoke pollution, policy on controlling smoke pollution in Pakistan, and some recent updates. Learning outcome. By the end of this presentation, participant will be able to describe the introduction of smoke, types of smoke, thermal inversion and smoke, effects of smoke, detection of smoke, air quality index, smoke in Pakistan, and various solutions to smoke pollution. Introduction. The term smoke is derived from two words, smoke and fog. The term smoke was first coined in 1905 in a paper by Dr. Henry and Toynbee works to describe combination of smoke and fog. It is actually a hazy mixture of heavily polluted air that can form in cities due to emission of sulfur dioxide and aerosol from the burning of fossil fuels, that is mainly the primarily coal and oil. Introduction. Smoke is generally formed in winter under calm, stable, and moist conditions. The term is now applied to all forms of severe air pollution, particularly in urban areas that restrict visibility and people suffer from breathing problems. According to WHO, 4.2 million deaths every year occur as a result of exposure to ambient outdoor air pollution. Formation of smoke. Smoke is purely caused by air pollution. When fuels are burned, the atmospheric pollutant or gases released in the air react with sunlight in the atmosphere and smoke is formed. Complex photochemical reaction between volatile organic compound sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide are also known as precursors for formation of smoke. In the picture, it shows that various nitrogen oxide, volatile organic compound, ammonia, sulfur oxides are emitted from burning of fossil fuel automobiles and then mixed with particulate matter, photochemical sunlight act on it, and then there is formation of photochemical smoke and industrial smoke. Causes of smoke. There are two causes of smoke, natural causes and human causes. Natural causes include fog, low wind speeds, stagnation of fog and smoke due to winter, temperature, sunlight reaction with gases and fine particles. Human causes include increase in level of particulate matter 2.5 and 10 in air, burning of fossil fuel, ground level ozone and fine particle leaves in the air due to complex photochemical reaction. Volatile organic compounds, sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxides are the main precursors. Diesel run vehicles, industrial plants and activities and heating due to human activities are the causes of some human causes smoke. Smoke is basically divided into two main types, sulfurous smoke, which is also known as London smoke, industrial smoke, classical smoke, or fossil fuel smoke. And another type is photochemical smoke, which is also known as Los Angeles smoke, sunlight smoke, and pollutant smoke. London type or industrial type of smoke is caused mainly by air pollution due to combustion of coal and emission of sulfur dioxide and dust in urban areas. Whereas photochemical smoke is a type of air pollution which is produced when sunlight acts upon motor vehicle exhaust gases, which are mainly nitrogen oxides, to form harmful substances. Industrial smoke, also known as London smoke, and photochemical smoke is also known as Los Angeles smoke. Industrial smoke is more grayish in color, whereas photochemical smoke is more brownish in color. Industrial smoke, actually sulfurous smoke, is mostly from the burning of coal or oil at the large power plants, whereas solar radiation play a big part in the type of photochemical smoke. Sulfur oxides and particulate matters combine under certain conditions to make this industrial smoke. Whereas in photochemical smoke, reaction involves nitrogen oxides and organic compounds like hydrocarbon. This is directly related to automobile exhaust vehicle. As you see in chemical smoke, it is grayish in color, and in photochemical smoke, there is brownish gray in color. Classical smoke peaks early in the morning, whereas photochemical smoke peaks midday. The temperature for smoke is 30 to 40 Fahrenheit degree Fahrenheit, and photochemical smoke it is 75 to 90 degree Fahrenheit. Classical smoke or London smoke overcast is fog, and in this photochemical Los Angeles smoke, there is clear sky. Classical London smoke, there is more bronchial irritation and respiratory tract manifestation of the patient, whereas photochemical smoke is main presentation is eye irritation, but bronchial irritation is present, but main is eye irritation. In classical London smoke, there is chemically reducing sulfur dioxide, whereas in photochemical smoke, there is oxidizing ozone or PAN, which is acetyl nitrate. It is come from burning of coal, and it is come from internal combustion engine from the vehicular. Formation of photochemical smoke. In step 1, people begin driving vehicles in morning. Nitrogen is burnt or oxidized. These nitrogen combine with oxygen to form 2NO. After a few hours, nitrogen oxide combine with oxygen. Another reaction occur, oxidation, which is 2NO2. Nitrogen dioxide absorbs light energy, resulting in reduction reaction and transform nitrogen oxide to oxygen. In the sunlight, atomic oxygen combine with oxygen gas to form ozone, which is a bad ozone in photochemical smoke. This reaction is temperature dependent and sunlight dependent. Formation of industrial smoke. It is actually come from burning of coal or oil in urban area, which releases the sulfur oxides, mostly sulfur dioxide, and combined with particulate matter with stagnant, stable air, sufficient relative humidity, cloud cover, and formation of inversion layer and thick fog lasting several hours. There is concentrated sulfurous smoke gray color, which is seen in early in the morning mostly. And this is also coal and oil come from in the factories, and come sulfur and coal combined with oxygen burning sulfur dioxide, sulfuric acid when combined with water vapors and ammonia, ammonium sulfate. Also, the shown in figure that photochemical smoke, primary pollutant is nitrogen oxide and volatile organic compound will combine. Then there is formation of ozone and paracetyl nitrate, which is most potent and dangerous secondary pollutant. There is another mechanism which is known as thermal inversion. Under normal conditions, the sun heats the Earth's surface, warm air by the surface rises, and wind allows for mixing of warm air and cooler air above it, which means that temperature decreases when in height altitude increases. But in thermal inversion, as the name suggests, it is the exact opposite. This is when temperature increases as altitude increases. This is often seen in clear windless nights. In this situation, as the sun sets in the evening, radiative cooling of the Earth's surface occurs. This, coupled with lack of wind to facilitate mixing, causes a warm air layer to be trapped between cooler air near the surface and cold air at the higher altitudes. This essentially creates a ceiling where smoke, for example, can accumulate. Nocturnal temperature inversions are usually overcome by warming of air after sunrise or winds strong enough to cause turbulent mixing. In the normal condition, warmer air is replaced by cooler air, then and as it moves, it further replaced by cold air. But in the temperature inversion, during the warm air act as a cap, effectively shutting down the convection and trapping smoke over the city, and is trapped between cooler air and cold air. And it is therefore act as a cap, and there is formation of smoke and trapping of the gases around this warm air. And it is actually take place in temperature inversion. And this thermal inversion makes smoke worse by trapping it under the layer of cold air. This is inversion layer, cold sea breeze, and under the cold layer. Effects of smoke. Smoke is very harmful. Ozone, the main ingredient in smoke, is one of the most widespread air pollutant, and smoke is the most dangerous. It affects mainly on on eyes, cause burning eyes, which is mostly caused by photochemical smoke, irritated mucous membranes, shortness of breath, wheezing of cough, asthmatic attacks, chest pain, inhaling increased risk of respiratory disease, pulmonary inflammation, increased risk of heart attacks, and which is most commonly caused by industrial or sulfurous smoke. Risks from smoke. Anyone who engages in strenuous outdoor activity from jogging to manual labor may suffer smoke related health effects. Physical activity causes people to breathe faster and more deeply, exposing their lungs to more ozone and other pollutants. People are particularly sensitive to ozone and other pollutants in smoke. Mainly five types of people are more vulnerable, for example, children and elders, adults who have active outdoors, people with respiratory disease, people with unusual susceptibility to ozone, people with allergies, pregnant women, and smokers. Detection of smoke. Smoke is visible example of air pollution. In addition, most cities measure the concentration of pollutant in the air and report the results to the public. Standardized measures have been established like air quality index which compares pollution level from city to city. And for detection of smoke, air quality index is act as a yardstick. Air quality index is actually used by government agencies to communicate to the public how polluted the air currently is or how polluted it is forecast to become. Public health is increased as the air quality index increases. Different countries have their own air quality indexes corresponding to different national air quality standards. Air quality pollutant included in air quality is mainly six pollutant which is measured in the formula included particulate matter 2.5, 10, carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, or ground level ozone. An AQI number is assigned based on air pollutant with highest AQI number at the moment the air quality is measured. Air quality changes throughout the day. A monitored location changes with the level of measured air pollution concentration. Air quality readings are based on U.S. Environmental Protection Agency National Ambient Air Quality Standard to calculate AQI and attribute color code. Air Visual Series air quality monitors measure particulate 2.5, PMI and 10 and carbon dioxide levels and use particulate matter 2.5 to find particulate to determine the air quality index. It mainly uses the particulate matter 2.5 which because it is widely available and considered the most hazardous air pollutant impacted human health. And among criteria pollutant commonly used in real time, the fine particulate 2.5 is currently understood to be most harmful to human health due to prevalence and far-reaching health effects. Exposure to PM 2.5 has been linked to negative health effects like serious disease, respiratory disease, and premature mortality. It is defined as ambient airborne pollutant that measure up to 2.5 microns in size. These particles include a range of chemical makeup and come from a range of sources. The most common human main sources include fossil fuel powered motor vehicles, power generation, industrial activities, agriculture, and biomass burning. And the size of microscopic size of PM 2.5 allow these particles to be absorbed deep into the blood stream upon inhalation, potentially causing far-reaching health effects like asthma, lung cancer, and heart disease. The US AQI level and the level of PM 2.5 given if it is 0.50 then it is regarded as good and the level of PM is 12.5 microgram per meter cube and when 50 to 100 then it is moderate. Unhealthy for sensitive group it is 101 to 150. When it is come from 151 to 200 then it is considered as unhealthy and the level of 2. PM 2.5 is 55 to 150 microgram per millimeter cube. When it is come to 200 to 300, then it is regarded as very unhealthy, and 300 plus is regarded as hazardous. Smoke in Pakistan. In recent years, smoke has become a problem for some cities in Pakistan due to industrial and transport pollution. Key drivers of air pollution in Pakistan include urbanization, rapid economic development, industrialization, and the major causes of Pakistan air pollution include road transport emissions, both vehicular exhaust and road dust, domestic biomass burning, and industrial activity. Pakistan also experiences air pollution from agriculture burning and sheer transboundary pollution from the activity like India. Smoke in Pakistan. Lahore emerged as world 18th most polluted city during 2020 and second most polluted megacity following Delhi exposure resident to hazardous PM 2.5 level. This due to local transportation industries include solid fuel powered big kilns and dust. Lahore experienced its highest pollution level during winter months from October to February. This winter peak can be partly attributed to temperature inversions, increased biomass burning, and agriculture burning during winter. As you can see in World Most Polluted Cities 2020, according to PM 2.5, first come unhealthy level come Bangladesh, and then second number is Pakistan. As also already shown, world ranking the Bangladesh's 70 average value of PM 2.5 in 2020 is 77.1, and in Pakistan 5.9, and Pakistan is the second most polluted country. So world capital city ranking, Islamabad come under 11. In Central and South Asia, you can see in Bangladesh and Pakistan represented by red dot, and it is come under the most unhealthy countries in 2020 in Central and South Asia. WHO Air Quality Guideline. The WHO stated that no level of PM 2.5 exposure is free from adverse health effects, and annual average exposure below 10 microgram per millimeter cube minimizes risk. Therefore, WHO target is to achieve the PM 2.5 actually 10 microgram per millimeter cube. But in 2020, 1.6% regional cities meet WHO particulate matter 2.5 target. South Asia is some of the world's seven. India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh generally experience the worst air quality in this region, with 32, 67, and 80% cities averaging US air quality index of unhealthy, which is more than 55.5 microgram per millimeter cube. The key trend contributing to South Asian air pollution include urbanization, economic growth, and industrialization. Common sources of air pollution include biomass burning, especially cooking in rural areas, burning of fossil fuels, construction and vehicle agriculture burning. As it is seen in the PM 2.5 base air quality index is in the whole in 2019 and 2020. As you can see that its values varies. Annual are spent in different pollution level. This is historic air quality graph for Lahore in 2021, and you can see that from 6 November 2021 to 6 December 2021, the level of PM 2.5 in Lahore is fall into very unhealthy category is purple, and it is more from vary between 250 to 300, and hazardous levels is also seen in some days. COVID-19 air pollution and health. In March 2020, COVID-19 was deemed as a pandemic, resulted in widespread restriction in economic activity and drastic change in human behavior. As lockdown measured changes in human behavior and economic lead to healthier air in 2020, these environmental health improvements were coupled with the spread of virus. A growing body of research suggests that people exposed to air pollution, particularly long-term air pollution, are more vulnerable to serious health impact of COVID-19, and between 7 to 33% of deaths from COVID-19 are attributable to long-term air pollution exposure. Because there is link between PM 2.5 and COVID-19, several factors link, for example, increased incidence of comorbidity, weakened lungs and autoimmune responses, increased virus susceptibility, and increased virus transmission, which link to greater levels of air pollution. Solution to smoke pollution. What government can do? They can reduce air pollution emission by phasing out coal, gas, and oil-based energies, as well as waste incinerator facilities, expand clean energy, and the concept of renewable energy like wind and solar, transition government-funded transportation, vehicles, marine vessels, and aeroplanes to clean energy, introduce comprehensive and affordable public transport, as well as safe walking and cycling infrastructure within the cities, apply more stringent regulation on air pollution sources, implement increasingly stringent emission limits with the goal of phasing out fossil fuel, require the application of new technologies for improving energy efficiency and reducing emissions, develop detailed and urgent strategies for the improvement of air quality which are backed up in law. expand a government air quality monitoring, install public metering station or provide funding support for each to be operated by non-government organization to increase access to real-time air quality information. Tighten air quality limits to meet WHO recommendation for not only PM 2.5 but also other toxic emissions. What public can do to control air pollution, reduce pollution exposure, limit outdoor activities and wear pollution masks during pollution events, reduce polluted outdoor air from leaking indoor during high pollution events by closing door and windows, setting an air conditioning system with fresh air intake to their recirculate mode, use air purification system, follow real-time and forecast air quality information to stay prepared for pollution episodes. Lower population emission, choose cleaner modes of transport, for example, recycling, walking, public transport, reducing personal energy consumption and waste, helping to raise local air pollution awareness, support local and national air quality initiatives. Solution to smoke pollution. In Pakistan, the federal and provincial government have introduced policy and regulatory measures to address the growing intensity of smoke. The Pakistan Clean Air Act was first introduced in Pakistan to 2005 to improve air quality. Thereafter, revised plan were introduced in 2020 and 2021. The Punjab Government Environmental Protection Department issued a policy on smoke in 2017. It is imposed a complete ban on open burning of rice stubble, solid waste, and other hazardous materials. The Punjab Disaster Management Authority banned all activities that could intensify smoke due to climate change. The Punjab Local Government Act 2019 was also enacted, which directs municipal authorities and waste management companies to ensure water sprinkling on roads, streets, and construction sites producing dust. This is the policy on controlling smoke 2017. And in the air quality, which is calculated upon 224 by 8 R in this policy, is based on these six 2.5, 10 sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxide, carbon, and ozone. The basis of air quality index are limited values defined in Punjab Environmental Quality Standard for ambient air. And beyond these limits have been proposed the regional practice of assigning air quality indexes based on multiplication factors. This is proposed in Pakistan smoke policy. Action plan to combat smoke in Pakistan is a issuance of health advisory on recommended health-related precaution in smoke condition, issuance of traffic advisory on recommended traffic and travel-related precaution in this policy, ban on burning of crop under Section 144 Code, shutting down of major smoke-emitting industries, introduction of low sulfur fuels, adoption of Euro 2 standard to be adopted and backed by strict vehicle inspection regime both for new and second-hand imported vehicles. Installation of catalytic converters in vehicle for reduction of harmful emissions. Better traffic management for reduction of vehicular emission in this policy, controlling burning of municipal waste and crop residues, building capacity to monitor and forecast episode of higher air pollution, creating woodlands around major cities, road shoulders designed to control cognitive earth, planned urban and industrial development, greening of industrial processes, regional environmental agreements are discussed in these policies. Recent updates. A review on deteriorating situation of smoke and its preventive measure in Pakistan paper is published. According to this review, urbanization, industrialization, and increasing fossil fuel consumptions are the main contributors to poor air quality. In Lahore, the second largest city of Pakistan, smoke pollution have significant socio-economic since 2013. In this systematic review, major issues concerning smoke in Pakistan was identified, and this study identified that smoke is a potential source of human health risk as serious repercussions of economic development, and therefore this suggests that adequate abatement measures should be established for proper protection of public health. And this is presented by this short-term measures and long-term measures. Short-term measures include environmental squad, mobile laboratories, baseline data collection, awareness campaigns, traffic management, ban on import of two-stroke engine, no to diesel engines. Long-term measures presented in this systematic development of metering situation, alternative renewable fuel, encouragement of pollution control, hybrid vehicles and promotion of pollution control devices for vehicle, educational seminars and public awareness, and review existing policies. Another paper which sees the environmental and health impact of air pollution indicate that particulate matter penetrate the respiratory system by inhalation, causing respiratory and cardiovascular disease, reproductive and CNS dysfunction. And despite fact that ozone is in the atmosphere plays a protective role against UV radiation, it is harmful when high concentration at ground level, also affecting the respiratory and cardiovascular system. Further, nitrogen oxide, sulfur dioxide, volatile organic compound dioxins, and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons are all considered air pollutants. Climate change resulting from environmental pollution affects the geographical distribution of many infectious diseases, as do natural disasters. And there is need for public awareness and multidisciplinary approach by scientific experts, national and international organizations to address the emergence of this particular threat. The potential impact of smoke spells on human health amid COVID-19 ages is actually another paper is published, and this shows that rapid and unchecked industrialization and the combustion of fossil fuel have endangered a state of fear in urban settlements. And primary pollutant like volatile organic compound, hydrocarbon, oxides of nitrogen and sulfur further react in the atmosphere, give rise to toxic and carcinogenic secondary smoke component. Children and pregnant women are most prone to hazards of smoke. The worsening menace of smoke on the one hand, occurrence of pandemic on COVID-19 on the other, may increase the mortality rate. As it is shown in figure, the air pollution and further the COVID-19 added this fact, and it is increase in hospitalization due to air pollution. Distinctive feature various types of smoke are presented in this paper. For example, London smoke, which is sulfurous smoke, it is present in cold and humid air. Polish smoke, which is occur when the temperature drops, inversion take place, and low level cloud of pollutant from a dusty cloud. It occurs in winter season. Photochemical smoke, Los Angeles smoke or summer smoke, which is produced when sunlight reacts with oxides of nitrogen, and it occurs in warm, dry, and sunny sunlight. Natural smoke, which occurs due to volcanoes, also known as acid smoke, and by plants. It mostly occurs in warm, humid, and summer climate. Another paper which evaluates smoke awareness and preventive practices among Pakistani general population, a cross-sectional survey. It shows that smoke pollution is one of the serious public health awareness. It evaluates the preventive strategies followed in the industrialized cities like Lahore. It is cross-sectional survey and individual of 607 using a self-administered questionnaire. The overall adequate knowledge was 74%. A majority of individuals having science qualification exhibit adequate knowledge of smoke as compared to those with arts qualification. Significant association are observed between practice and family income, educational group, employment status, smoking history. Respondents having good family income were following preventive measures to avoid interaction with smoke pollution. Government and environmental health agencies in Pakistan should take steps to improve the awareness and preventive practices of masses. Another paper which shows that review highlighted both short-term and long-term exposure to air pollution may import aggravating factor for SARS-CoV-2 transmission and COVID-19 severity and lethality through multiple mechanisms. And virus may persist to air, for example, through chemical composition, electric charges of particle, meteorological conditions such as relative humidity, UV radiation, and temperature. In addition, by reducing UV radiation, air pollutant may promote viral persistence in air and reduce vitamin D synthesis. The effects of air pollution on COVID-19 infection mortality are reviewed on recent updates. The findings of most studies reviewed demonstrate that both short-term and long-term exposure to air pollution, especially PM2.5 and nitrogen oxide, may contribute significantly to higher rates of COVID-19 infection mortalities with lesser extent as compared to PM10. A significant correlation has been found between air pollution and COVID-19 infection and mortality in some countries in the world. The available data suggests that exposure to air pollution may influence COVID-19 transmission, and most exposure to air pollution may increase vulnerability on harmful effects on prognosis of patient affected by COVID-19. Now this is time for MCQs. MCQs 1. People in ABC city face difficulty in visibility, particularly in early morning due to thick blanket of beige color haze close to the ground. Many fossil fuels such as coal burning factories are also located in ABC city. The most important cause of this difficulty in visibility may be due to mixing of smoke, sulfur oxides, of fog droplets, mixing of smoke, nitrogen oxide, fog droplets, mixing of smoke, peroxyacetyl nitrate and fog droplets, smoke, sodium bicarbonate, or neon smoke or fog droplets.
A.
Alpha. Because as is shown in figure, due to this is fossil fuel burning, and in fossil fuel sulfur oxide is released, therefore this actually the sulfurous smoke. Alpha, correct mixing of smoke, sulfur oxide and fog droplet. A National Institute of Health authority in ABC country reported that there had been an increase in number of patients with eye infection in the last few years in hospitals. The country also have faced a problem of air pollution and smoke for the last few years. The most important cause of an increase in number of patients with eye infection may be due to which oxide compound? Carbon monoxide, manganese oxide, nitrogen oxide, sulfur oxide, or zinc oxide.
C.
C. Because photochemical smoke, as the in this view, the most responsible for eye infection, and in photochemical smoke, the main oxide is nitrogen oxide. Therefore, C answer is correct. MCQ 3. An ABC city in which it is possible to verify the level of nitrogen oxide SO2 PM10 and PM2.5 that increased during episodes of air pollution have reported the increase in hospital visits during the winter season. The main reason for this may be due to fog inversion, radiation inversion, smoke inversion, temperature inversion, or wind inversion.
D.
Yes, their mechanism is temperature inversion, which is mostly responsible for increase in level of smoke. MCQs 4. A dry and sunny area in XYZ country faced a problem of smoke formation due to which people of city face problem in the movement. The haze is brownish in color and peaks at midday. The two most dominant toxic components in this smoke are calcium oxide and zinc oxide, carbon monoxide, manganese oxide, ozone, and paracetyl nitrate, ozone, sulfur oxide, zinc oxide, or paracetyl nitrate.
C.
See, because it is actually the midday smoke, which is photochemical smoke, and in these secondary pollutants such as ozone and peroxyacetyl nitrate are the most dangerous or hazardous component. MCQs 5. A great number of people in ABC city have been represented in hospital with the problems of asthma, lung tissue damage, bronchial infections, and heart problems. Urban area in ABC city have many coal factories and problems of smoke formation. The type of smoke most responsible for this medical problem is London smoke, Los Angeles smoke, photochemical smoke, police smoke, or sunlight smoke.
A.
A London smoke, because it is actually the sulfurous smoke, industrial smoke, which is also known as sulfurous smoke, whereas other and it is mostly responsible for respiratory tract infection. And another types of smoke are all the photochemical smoke, which is actually effect on eyes, eye irritation. MCQ 6. An ABC city reported a formation of haze or pollution where visible for kilometers and frequently preceded by drop in air quality in winter season due to thermal inversion. The people who may particularly sensitive to air pollutant in the ABC city are adults who are active indoors, people with blood disease, bone disease, renal disease, or with respiratory disease.
E.
C. Yes, correct answer is C, that people with respiratory disease are more sensitive to air pollutant in the lower air quality index. MCQ 7. An XYZ country reported increase in air pollution for last 5 years. Government agencies of XYZ country use the air quality index to communicate how polluted the air country is or how polluted it is forecast to become. Six air pollutants were measured in their AQI, which air pollutant in this AQI is widely available and considered the most hazardous air pollutant impacting human health. Carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxide, PM10 or PM2.5 or sulfur dioxide.
D.
Delta, yes, particulate 2.5 is most hazardous and widely distributed in air quality index. MCQs 8. An ABC city has faced air pollution problem due to fossil fuel burning, vehicular and industrial pollution. Many unwanted health issues such as asthma, lung cancers are arising. Yearly average reading of numbers such as 65.81 microgram meter cube of PM2.5 from the last 3 years have been recorded in the ABC city. What is the rating category of this ABC city according to US AQI level? Good, hazardous, moderate, unhealthy, or very unhealthy.
D. C.
C.
E. Unhealthy, because when the level of PM 2.5 is fall into 55 to 150 microgram millimeter cube, then it is fall into unhealthy category, according to US Air Quality Index data. MCQs 9. A recent study on COVID-19 has been conducted on the effect of air pollution and COVID-19 on the health of human beings. The result of the study showed that the COVID-19 had affected the people's respiratory and cardiovascular system, and between 9 to 33% of deaths from COVID-19 are mainly attributed to long-term water pollution, air pollution, land pollution, noise pollution, or radioactive pollution.
C.
Because air pollution is mostly related with respiratory tract infection, and other pollutions are not related with COVID-19 infection. MCQ 10. Air quality levels are still a massive danger to its population in XYZ country, but the reading of particulate matter 2.5 show their slight improvement in the ABC city, showing a large improvement from 2020. For example, 130.4 microgram in 2018 going to 104 in 2019. What will be the reading of particulate matter 2.5 to achieve a satisfactory air quality level for ABC city according to WHO? 100 microgram, 50, 60, 10, or 30?
D.
Yes, correct answer is D. WHO recommended that to achieve the particulate matter 2.5 for satisfactory air quality is 10 microgram millimeter. Key of the MCQ references, and thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Khansa. Very good presentation. It is an excellent presentation. And yesterday I was talking about the ventilation when Amber was presenting that the most important part along with ventilation is air quality index. Even if the ventilation is good, but the air quality is not good, still the diseases like respiratory, cardiovascular, reproductive, and health hazards, including dementia, Alzheimer's, etc., and the COVID-19, one of a very serious infections, they all are correlated very well with the air quality index. So Dr. Hansa has already done a lot of work during COVID-19 on air quality and how the smoke is correlated with the infectious diseases, especially with COVID-19 diseases. So again, a very good presentation, and she has beautifully summarized what is US air quality indices and how this London smoke is different from the other types of smoke, and what is the hazard in Lahore, especially because Lahore is on the 18th rank in 2020, and it has jumped to the second, and this is something that is very serious. Similarly, she has beautifully described all those factors, right, like the brickkiln industry, pollution, how the cars they emit a lot of this dangerous gases, including sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxides, and other gases that are contributing to the smoke. How the photo smoke or that important nitrogen oxide and components, they are causing eye diseases. It is one of the thing that is beautifully presented. We also know that even breathing in smoke can cause more damage to the lungs as compared to the 10 cigarettes that are smoked during the same time. So it is so that the pollutant air, it has to be decreased, the air quality has to be improved, and it is not only required for the respiratory and cardiovascular and reproductive health, but also for the mental health. And it has been seen that all those who have severe loss of memory, as well as they have difficulty in remembering the things, they were those who were living in very polluted areas. So this is a beautiful slide